Boy, are you guys in for a treat today. This is the Drew Hamilton houses. We're approaching the 20th anniversary of the greatest story ever told in New York City, Ming of Harlem. Everything happened here in apartment 5E, which I have no idea where it's located. Could be that building, could be that building. Got the whole block. So I got a couple of excerpts from New York Times, the Post. I'm gonna go off of things I read online and what I remember watching it on the news. So if you guys want to chime in, you can comment below. Always love and subscribe. Thank you guys. All right guys, so you're gonna sit back and relax, enjoy the story, grab some food, grab a drink. So I'm gonna grab a chicken platter over rice here from the Perfect Halal food truck located 145th Street, Frederick Douglass Boulevard. No pricing on the outside, but I'll tell you guys how much it's worth once I pay up. White sauce, yeah, a lot. And hot sauce, a lot too. This one's from Ming. Tiger stripes, yeah, that's good. Thank you, bro. All right, guys, so we got the projects right behind me, 5E. I really don't know if this is the building or if that's the 5th floor there, but I'll go with it. I was trying to see if I could find it. And look, guys, they're playing basketball, which is awesome. Got all the kids. And then I got this. This for you, Ming. I got the chicken over rice platter. It was $9. $9 total. A lot of food. It's pretty heavy. All right, so let's get started. I hope you guys have your food, have your drinks. Let's start it off. All right, so I immediately stained my pants. This is great. Let's take a first bite. Everyone knows the rules. Hot sauce is okay. Yogurt's really good. And the chicken's tender, not too juicy. I wish it was a little bit juicier. Oh, the hot sauce is kicking in now. Woo! Oh boy, that was a delayed one. You got the spicy rice. Wow, that's kicking in late. That's the spicy rice right there. Cooked perfectly. It's not too tough, not too soft, soggy. Chicken's tender. That's the chicken part right there. It's good. All right, let's kick this off, guys. Ming the Tiger, the greatest story ever told in Harlem. A couple of newspaper clippings and like Wikipedia and stuff. And then I'm going to go off what I remember. It was 2003, so it's going to be 20 years ago. I kind of remember seeing it. I think I was working at UPS at the time. I had the night shift at UPS in Maspeth, Queens. And I remember getting home and watching it on the news and thinking that this was incredible. So here you go, early life. In April 2000, Antoine Yates, my boy Antoine, a 31-year-old part-time taxi cab driver, which I read another article that said he was a construction worker. Who knows? Purchased Ming, an 8-week-old male Siberian Bengal tiger hybrid from the Bearcat Hollow Animal Park in Minnesota. How do you buy a tiger from a park? Records indicate that Bearcat had previously sold a lion cub to Yates. He had a lion, but he had found another home for the lion shortly after purchasing Ming. Yates lived with the animals in apartment 5E of the Drew Hamilton houses, which is right behind me, right here. Hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe right there. That might be 5E. For 5 years. Yates left the apartment only once a day for an hour to purchase food. That's insane. In an interview in 2020, Yates clarified that he had first purchased Jabba, a lion cub, which passed away at a young age. Then he purchased Ming and Nemo, another lion cub, as a pair. I always thought it was the tiger. This dude's buying lions and tigers. Nemo was included in the sale because he was ill and unlikely to live long. At the time he acquired Ming, Yates already owned an alligator named Al, which he purchased legally in New Jersey. Hold on, I need another bite of this. How big is this freaking apartment? That's insane. All right, we're getting to the good part here. This is how it started. Discovery. Ming's existence became known and reported in the media after Yates was taken to a Harlem Hospital Center emergency room on September 30th, 2003, with bites on the arm and leg. So that I do remember. I do remember him having to go to the hospital because the thing attacked him. At the time of treatment, Yates claimed that his pet pit bull had bitten him. Yeah, right. When they saw when they saw how big the mouth was, they're like, "This ain't no pit bull, buddy. This ain't no pit bull." However, the medical personnel were suspicious, yeah, because the width of the bite mark suggested an animal with a much larger jaw. Yates said he had been bitten while trying to keep Ming away from Shadow, a cat he had recently adopted. This guy, this is the Harlem Zoo. Apartment 5E was the Harlem Zoo. I'm surprised he wasn't charging people to come in and watch this. Yates jumped in front of Ming, who bit and clawed Yates multiple times as he wrestled with the tiger. After Ming finally closed his jaws on Yates' knee, Yates recalled that had me going through flashes of life. Yeah, I guess when a tiger bites down on your leg, you kind of reconsider life, and a lot of stuff flashes before your eyes. Oh my goodness, guess this is where I die at. Yeah. Yates declined to call it an attack, saying it was a natural reaction to Ming's frustration. I'm walking around, I'm still alive, I haven't lost a limb. You couldn't even tell I got bit by a tiger. Yeah, the doctors knew that you got bit by a tiger in Harlem. So here's when it gets good. So the doctors knew something was up. They say nothing, they do nothing, right? So on Thursday, October 2nd, the police received an anonymous tip that there was a large wild animal that was biting people. That's amazing. Let me take another bite of this. This food's pretty good. Anonymous tip. So I don't know if this is part of NYCHA, New York Housing Authority, but they probably called it in. Wow, this is spicy, man. I might not finish this. Let me get some water. So this is where you know that they knew something, right? So they received an anonymous call. And I kind of remember, like, NYCHA had to get involved, right? They had to send somebody in to kind of take a look and see what was going on. You could imagine, like, them calling this poor guy, like Pablo. Hey, Pablo. He's like, yes, we need you to look at 5E. Okay. They're like, it smells like urine. I think that's what it was. It smelled like urine. Something was off. So I could imagine this poor guy with 50,000 keys. This poor superintendent with 50,000 keys on him going up there, knocking on the door and just hearing something roar at him. He's like, oh, oh my! This guy opened the door and got met with the tiger. Papi, you can't have that here. Now he had to call the police. Hello? Yes, 911. State your emergency. There's a tiger. Sir, where are you located? In Harlem. There's a tiger in the building. There's a what in the building? I'm sorry? Tiger. Tiger in the building, man. Could you imagine this poor guy? Kind of reminds me, like, if you remember the old Shea Stadium City Field, there was like a circus there. And every morning I would take the train and I would just see these trucks back up into the tent, and like all these animals just walk from the truck into the tent. That's another call. Hello? Yeah, the tiger's loose. The tiger's loose in the parking lot. Who's this? Anonymous. It's the owner. It's anonymous. The tiger's loose. You're going to work, you park your car, you get dragged under a car by a lion. It's like a scene out of Jurassic Park. That's crazy. It's pretty good. Spiciness is getting to me. All right, so now the police get a call, right? From Pablo, the superintendent. Hello, yes, there is a tiger in the building. You sure? Mommy, I'm sure. Thursday, October 2nd, there was a large wild animal that was biting people. Same anonymous person followed up the next day by providing the animal's location at Yates' apartment. He's right there. Yates checked out of the hospital the same day, and following up on tips, an officer of the NYPD was sent to the home to investigate. Loud growling noises could be heard through the door of the apartment, and the officer declined to enter. I, I bet he did. Yeah, I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there. The NYPD Technical Assistance Response Unit drilled holes through a neighbor's wall and used cameras on a pole to locate Ming. Martin Duffy, another police officer, was sent to the roof from which he abseiled, which is abseiled is when you rappel. It's like when you go rock climbing, you got the harness and you just rappel down. It goes, he abseiled on a rope sling to view through the apartment's window. Ming roared at Duffy. Could you imagine that? All right, we're going to send the cop out there. They're like, what's this guy's name? Duffy. Yeah, the chief said we need someone that's seen everything. He's like, all right, what am I dealing with? A kidnapping, shooting, drugs? What am I dealing with? They're like, I don't know. Chief's just asked for you. You got to go there and investigate. Okay, so Ming roared at Duffy when he saw him. Duffy then fired a rifle with a tranquilizer dart prepared by Dr. Robert Cook, the chief vet at the Wildlife Conservatory Society that manages the city's zoos. After being darted, Ming charged at the window from which Duffy had fired, breaking it. Oh, talk about your life flashing before your eyes. Talk about you fire at this thing and he just charges at you and breaks the window. I think there's a famous picture about that. This poor guy hanging from a window. Officer Duffy, balls of steel, man. Breaking it, then retreated further into the apartment. Authorities waited several minutes for the sedative to take effect before animal control was sent to Yates' apartment. Dr. Cook used a catch pole to give Ming another sedative injection, which would ensure he would remain asleep during transport. It took more than 6 men to carry Ming down via an elevator to a waiting truck. Here's the kicker. The team also discovered Al. He gave these Ming and Al, a 5.5-foot alligator that Yates had been raising in one of the other bedrooms. How big is this apartment? This guy had a 400-pound tiger, a 6.5-foot alligator. After Ming was discovered in Yates' apartment in October, questioning of the neighbors determined that the existence of the tiger was widely known for at least 3 years, but is sort of an urban legend. Yates regularly bought large quantities of raw chicken at the local supermarket, and one standing joke in the building was that he could eat so much chicken every day. By 2003, Yates was feeding Ming 20 pounds of chicken liver and bones per day. This dude was going every day to the supermarket, there's a Key Food right over here, and buying 20 pounds of chicken. That's the see nothing, say nothing rules in New York City. See nothing, say nothing. What were they thinking? This guy was having a barbecue every day? This guy was having a cookout every day with 20 pounds of chicken. He's just walking up and down the street with 20 pounds every single day. Everyone knew what was going on. The manager at the supermarket knew what was going on. The guy at the meat counter at the deli counter knew what was going on. This guy's buying 20 pounds of meat every day. And that's just for the tiger. How is he feeding the alligator? What was he feeding the alligator? Who are you? What was he feeding the alligator? Jeez. This guy's just rolling up to his house with 20 pounds of meat every day. The Key Food was like, I don't care. I wonder how much that is. What is it? How much is a pound of meat right now? $8? This guy was spending $160 a day on just food? Is my math off? All right, so here we go. The downstairs neighbor was aware that Yates owned many animals, in contradiction to housing authority rules. Yeah, I don't think a housing authority, I think that's against the rules, having a tiger and an alligator. Her daughter had once seen Ming, but this thing's just roaming free. The neighbor added it was not a problem until the summer 2003 when she opened her window for the first time that year and found her windowsill soaked with urine accompanied by a heavy animal odor. In addition, Yates had roommates. How big is this apartment? Who were unaware at first of the animals in the home. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, unaware. According to the Daily News. Yeah, okay. So this is your room. You're gonna be paying $200 a month. Here's the bathroom, right? Oh, don't mind this tiger and alligator. What, he hid him behind the couch? How can you not see these things? Yeah, hey guys, lay low under the couch because I got someone coming in to see the apartment. A woman who shared a Harlem apartment with a 425-pound tiger said yesterday she was terrified at first, but soon got used to living with the man-eater. Caroline Domingo told the Daily News she couldn't believe her eyes when she spotted the big cat roaming free in the apartment, where her and her husband rented a room from tiger owner Antoine Yates. That's insane. Now that I think about this, like, how's this guy bringing girls over? Antoine Yates, he's 31. Obviously, he had some sort of job. He's paying $160 a day to feed this tiger. Unless my math is off. And whatever else he's paying to feed this alligator. You know who was ticked off? She was ticked off. She's probably there sitting, eating rice and ketchup. All mixed up, rice and ketchup. This is like a full meal for her. She's there eating rice and ketchup. And this tiger's just having 20 pounds of chicken. She's probably complaining to him too. Antoine. Sucking her teeth too. Antoine. When am I going to eat some chicken, Antoine? You got me here eating rice and beans. And he's like, come on, baby. Come on. You got to respect Ming. She's my girl. Here eating rice and beans. Ming's eating chicken. You know Ming's rubbing it in her face too, licking her lips. She was ticked off. She left. It reminds me of those pet commercials that they got going on right now, where they have the food in the fridge, and the girlfriend comes over and she's like, ew, you keep dog food in the fridge, and then he kicks her out in the next scene. That's what Antoine was doing. He said, get out of here. Ming's my girl. Ming, they don't understand us. That's nuts. That is nuts. So let me read out of the New York Times. See, look, now New York Times says, in 2001, Yates, a 31-year-old construction worker, bought the cub into the sprawling home in the Harlem housing project. Ming quickly went from bottle feeding to consuming 20 pounds of chicken thighs a day. Mr. Yates would heft home each morning from a local supermarket. Yeah, see nothing, say nothing. That's definitely it. City authorities were puzzled as to how the presence of a tiger in apartment 5E of Drew Hamilton complex had remained an open secret among some neighbors. Ming certainly escaped the notice of city housing authority officials who said they fielded complaints from neighbors about urine smells from Yates' apartment, but never any mention of a tiger. What in the world did you think it was? What would you think, that Antoine was just peeing against the wall? At the time, neighbors claimed to reporters and law enforcement officials that Mr. Yates had bear cubs, Rottweilers, rabbits, hyenas, monkeys, snakes, a llama, a tarantula, and even a young lion. Let me repeat this for you. He had bear cubs, Rottweilers, rabbits, hyenas, monkeys, snakes, a llama. Where in the world did he get a llama? A tarantula, and even a young lion. Asked about it, he elaborated, I did have a lot of exotics in there. Yeah, you think? Oh, Jesus. He said he bought Ming. The name came from Mr. Yates' interest in Chinese dynasty, from an exotic animal breeder for a couple thousand. The tiger became central to a utopian plan for animal sanctuary that he envisioned as a new concept of animals living together in a room in 5E. A utopian plan for an animal sanctuary in the Harlem projects. So now we go to Mr. Yates went to Harlem hospital. So this is the same story, right? He said he got attacked by the pit bull, but because of the size of the bite radius, doctors were skeptical. The authorities were alerted when the police arrived at Mr. Yates' apartment building. They had to stick a miniature camera into the apartment to confirm that yes, there was a tiger. I'll put that video up here. In a commando-style operation, an officer rappelling down the building exterior was able to shoot a tranquilizer dart through the window, subduing it. As part of a plea, prosecutors dropped charges against Yates' mother, who had been charged with endangering the welfare of 8 young relatives and foster children by raising them for a period in the apartment while Ming was present. So you had foster kids, you had the mom, you had an alligator, you had a tiger, you had a llama, you had bear cubs, and you had people renting. That's insane. Who are you? Good? How you doing? That's insane. For a tiger to go unnoticed for a long time, that wouldn't happen today, recalled prosecuting attorney. Yeah, that's, again, see nothing, say nothing. Everybody knew what was going on. Everyone knew what was going on. Today, someone in the hallway would record it roaring and it would be all over Instagram or Twitter. Yeah, that's true too. Mr. Yates served 3 months on Rikers Island after he was put on probation for 5 years and barred from having animals. This dude couldn't even have a dog. Yeah, meanwhile, you can't go back to living a normal life. He goes, most of the time it was just me. There was no family, no friends, no girlfriends, he said. I never put the public or any soul in harm's way. I'm not a hardcore criminal. I'm just a person with a passion for animals. Yeah, for crazy animals. Oh, so Ming died in 2019. So he doesn't live here anymore. He's done. So guys, imagine that. I'm gonna finish this baby up and just walk around. A lot of kids just hanging out, having a good time. I love it. We got my guys over there playing basketball, just taking shots. Approximately 3 years old at the time of his capture, lives semi-openly with his owner Antoine Yates in a room in his 5-bedroom apartment on the 5th floor of a large public housing complex in Harlem. What? 5 bedrooms. Right here. Jesus, my dude was renting it out. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the story. Let me know if you want me to tell other incredible New York stories. I'll go get some food and we'll just sit down, relax, have a beverage, and then talk about the old days and how these stories were so good. Only in New York. Only in New York. Thank you guys. Love and subscribe. Bye.